The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has pleaded not guilty to the amended charges against him by the federal government. He was today arraigned at the Federal High Court in Abuja over charges of treasonable felony and terrorism, which the federal government amended last week to amount to a 7-count charge. Shortly after pleading not guilty today, the judge ordered that he remain in the custody of the Department of State Services after failing to grant his request to be transferred to a correctional center. The case was then adjourned till November 10th, 2021. Meanwhile, the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja also declined to grant an application seeking to transfer Nnamdi Kanu to Kuje Correctional Center. It, however, ruled that 3 persons of his choice can pay him visit at the Department of State Services facility. During the trial, operatives of the Department of State Services refused to allow journalists inside the courtroom. Publisher of Sahara Reporters Omoyele Sowore was attacked by suspected hoodlums at the Federal High Court in Abuja on Thursday. Now, Sowore was denied access into the court by the security operatives. But as he was still talking to the security men, some boys, numbering about 20, it was guided, arrived. Now, their presence was noticeable in the confusion because they looked unkept. However, the hoodlums, after attacking Sowore, left without being apprehended by the security agents. The Aisha Buhari Foundation is celebrating its 6th year anniversary at the State House Conference Center in Abuja. The theme of this year's event is Securing the Future of Women and Youth for National Development. In attendance is First Lady of Nigeria, Aisha Buhari, wife of the Vice President Dolapo Osinbajo, Minister of Health, Dr. Osagie Ehanire, and among other dignitaries. President Muhammadu Buhari on Thursday presided over a security meeting with the nation's service chiefs and heads of intelligence agencies. The meeting, which was also attended by the Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, held at the State House in Abuja. Chief of Defense Staff General Lucky Irabo led the Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, Chief of Naval Staff Vice Admiral Awal Zubairu Gambo, and other security agents to the meeting. Their Chief of Air Staff Air Marshal Oladayo Amao, Director General of the Department of State Services Yusuf Bichi, and the Director General of the National Intelligence Agency, Ahmed Rufai Abubakar. Although the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, was absent of the meeting, he was represented by a Deputy Inspector General of Police, Sanusi Lemu. Some members of the President's cabinet present also include the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, Minister of Defense, Major General Bashir Magashi, and Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami. The Nigeria Railway Corporation has stopped services on the Abuja-Kaduna route following allegations that a part of the train track was bombed by bandits. Officials of the corporation confirmed on Thursday that services on the route had been halted, but stated that investigations were ongoing to determine if the facility was actually bombed, as widely speculated. A former senator from Kaduna State, Shehu Sani, posted on his verified Twitter handle that bandits attacked a train on the routes on Wednesday. Sani said, quote, yesterday, Wednesday, terrorists attacked the Kaduna-Abuja Railway with an explosive and opened fire on the train, targeting the engine driver and the tank. End of quote. The Abuja-Kaduna train service station manager, Pascal Nolly, confirmed that there was an attack on the train, but could not tell if it was with an explosive. Now, scores of protesters were on Wednesday arrested during a car procession held at the Lekki toll gates in Lagos State. The protests was to mark the 1-year anniversary of the #ENDSARS saga. The arrested protesters were taken into a waiting truck of the Lagos State Task Force, after which the vehicle zoomed off. Lagos State Commissioner of Police Hakeem Odumosu, while speaking with newsmen, shed light on the arrest of some of the protesters.
I was here this morning and I can authoritatively tell you that it was the police who provoked the peaceful protesters to violence. The protest was very peaceful until the police decided to disperse the protesters using tear gas.
That's your own faction, they are entitled to it.
Sir, we were there.
That's what you need to do. What you have done, it's not to me. I would have expected you with that fact now to go to court while they are being in the court and now tell the presiding judge, I was there, this is what happened. Maybe your evidence will make them now to be let off the hook, but not to me as a police officer. So we will have gone to court, we will have followed them to court, we will charge them to court, we will tell the magistrate, give evidence to the magistrate. That I was there. What I would have done. So if they are in prison, if they are in the correctional center, if the judiciary has taken them there, police cannot pick anybody on the road and take them to prison.
All right, sir. Would you say
I cannot tell you now the charges because I don't have their charge case. It's when you investigate. Investigation will now prove out what charges, what offense have they committed. But I cannot say now.
Investigated before arrest. Are you arresting them on a very vague,
You don't investigate before you arrest when there is a commotion. That is what you call now on the spot arrest. You investigate before you arrest where a petition is written against somebody. You now investigate. If the facts they are proved, you can go and arrest. But when there is pandemonium, no, I'm just giving an example. Okay. I'm just asking you a question. That why did you investigate before you arrested them? All those we arrested them at the scene of crime, at the scene of confusion, at the scene of the problem. So you cannot investigate before arrested them.
Are they going today?
Meanwhile, some of the protesters arrested at the scene of the protest in Lagos have claimed to be innocent. Some of the victims who spoke with iBrandTV, however, shared their ordeal.
To deliver something for a customer. So the customer said he's at Lekki. I now come to Lekki Zenith Bank. He said he has come outside the gate. So I now park my bike outside to come and bring the parcel for the person. So when I delivered the item on my way back, they now arrest me.
Okay, show me your ID card. Don't worry.
I'm going to Bonicam. They just draw me in some motor. Collected my phone with me, with my wallet. Nothing I do.
Okay, I was checking. I'm working in 1004. So because I don't have transport money, so then just hold me here. Then I'm putting inside this motor. And I'm telling them that I'm working. I don't know anything about protest, so then just carry me for this motor. You see, and then collected my two phones, both my bag. You see, so no way to reach my people like this, please.
The National Association of Nigerian Students has given the Nigerian Army and police a 7-day ultimatum to arrest and prosecute officers responsible for the brutalization and killing of peaceful ENDSARS protesters at the Lekki toll gate last year. The association, via a statement signed by its president, Comrade Asef on Sunday, said that if their demands are not met, they will hit the street to ensure that justice is delivered to their fallen heroes. And a statement titled 1 year after #EndSARS, an immediate need for the prosecution of the culprits, NANS noted that it had shreds of evidence to prove that some protesters were shot at by security operatives for the Lekki toll gate on October the 20th, 2020. And the association, while stressing their demand for the erring officers to be brought to justice, said that if the government fails to listen, they will petition the United Nations as well as other relevant international agencies. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has pledged to make the report of the Judicial Panel of Inquiry and Restitution for victims of ENDSARS public when received. The governor said this at the 10th meeting of the National Council on Lands, Housing and Urban Development in Lagos. The panel of inquiry concluded its sitting on Monday, 1 year after its inauguration by the state governor. The sit-at-home declared by the indigenous people of Biafra over the court appearance of its leader, Nnamdi Kanu, recorded high compliance on Thursday in Abakaliki, capital of Ebonyi State. Private and public schools were under lock and key as students and teachers stayed at home. The popular international market in the capital city located in Trans-Sahara Highway that was not opened as the entrance and exits were padlocked. Commercial banks in the capital city did not open for business, even as shops were also closed. Parks, relaxation centers and eateries in the capital city were all shut. Government offices were almost empty as only a few workers came to work. However, security agents were seen in groups in their Hilux vans patrolling the metropolis and outskirts of the town. Governor Lalong presents 160 billion naira 2022 appropriation bill to Plateau Assembly. The Plateau State Governor, Simon Lalong, has presented a budget of over 106 billion naira to the State House of Assembly. The appropriation bill is for the 2022 fiscal year.